Blow your nose. It's not like we're recording a podcast or anything. Go ahead. Blow your nose. I'm ready.
What if they heard that?
They might have. I don't know.
It's not a pleasant sound.
No, it's not. And look at what you're doing.
Okay, whose fault is it that we
Sit
took so long
down.
to start?
It wasn't me. It was for the public. I had to let them know. Hi, welcome back to the Idiot Battalion podcast. Your boys have.
Work.
It didn't work.
I still have a little bit of a cough. We're back, as we were saying, but
We're both sick.
we are both ill.
But you know what? We came into the office just for you, special people. We braved the Minnesota air and we made it.
It is arid and just horrible.
It's actually really
It's
humid.
very
and I'm not
hot.
a fan of it.
It's very, very hot.
It's like, oh my god, winter sucks. And then like after 2 days of it being hot outside, I'm like, it can go back now. I'm not.
There's no in between. It's like 1 week of in between, and then it's just extreme weather.
I know what you mean. Yeah, but Henry and I have been busy with school stuff, and we also both went on trips at different times, so that didn't work out well for scheduling.
No, it did not. And we were all over the place, too. I was in Vermont, and then I was in Montreal, Canada, and you were in...
I was in Utah, and then I went to Detroit, and then I went to Arizona. So we've been all around the world just for you guys.
Yeah, we really appreciated the fans reaching out to us. People were coming up to me and they're like, just like in Montreal, people say like in French, they're like, "Idiots of Battalion."
No one can see Henry like vigorously shaking his hand in a French like.
Yeah,
manner.
that wasn't even a French
It was
manner.
Italian. You were doing the. I don't even know how to describe this.
The point is, we do it for you guys.
Yeah, there were like so many people like daily who were just coming up to me and they're like, "Oh man, you're with the Idiot Battalion, right?" And I'm like, "Yep, that's me." And then they're like, "Oh, that's awesome. Can I have a sperm sample?" And I'm like, "Whoa there, tiger." So we had to back up. But
The kid is not my son.
it's still cool though. I've told multiple people about that. How Billie Jean is Michael Jackson's like. People always make jokes about Michael Jackson not acting black, which I think is in itself a fallacy, but whatever. But that's the blackest song Michael Jackson has ever released because, like, the lyrics are, Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just
a girl who claims that I am the one. The kid is not my son.
So that entire song, he's like, that kid ain't mine. That's not, hey, look, we need to go on Maury. That shit ain't mine.
Welcome to Maury. Today we have Michael Jackson and Billie Jean.
Billie Jean has a bag over her head because I truthfully don't know what she looks like.
I'd like to think Billie Jean kind of looks like Julie Andrews with a little bit of a young Beyonce. Like if they mix together.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say, I feel like Billie Jean looks like Animal from the Muppets. I don't know why that thought occurred to me, but I was just like, Henry, if you say that Billie Jean was supposed to look like Animal from the Muppets, I'm going to be mad.
So, Miss Piggy.
Do you want to explain why you're here today? And like, can I do a Miss Piggy accent? Let's see. How's my Miss Piggy? Kermit. It sounds somewhat familiar to Kermit the Frog.
It's just a high Kermit the Frog.
A little bit, isn't
like,
it?
Kermit the Frog.
Was that also Jim Henson?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Did he also do the voice?
He did a lot of their voices, I know, but
he had to he was Big Bird and he had to put on stilts because he wasn't tall enough.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know if you guys could tell by my extensive Jim Henson knowledge, but I did a report on Jim Henson in the 5th
Whoa,
grade.
dude, no way. You did a report on Jim Henson? That was you?
Dude, when I was in Arizona, people were coming up to me. They're like, "You're the guy who did the report on Jim Henson in the 5th grade, right?"
Can I have a blood sample?
Can I have a blood sample? Yeah, I mean, we're just that popular now. It was, yeah, our 30-person following has really blown up to like 32 now.
Whoa, we hit 32?
No.
We actually lost 7 people.
We are now at 15 people. We appreciate your loyalty. Don't leave.
There's that one movie called 12 Strong. How many people do we actually need?
Is that the one with John Krasinski? Krasinski?
Yeah, or I thought that was the one with Chris Hemsworth. That one where...
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. It's an army movie, yeah.
Yeah. honestly, all the army movies kind of meld together for me.
They do.
If it's not Saving Private Ryan, I don't know.
They are all very similar in the sense that we're outnumbered. Are we? It's hopeless. Oh, but look, we can do it.
But we're Americans.
But we're Americans. That sounded like the A-Team theme for a second. Like,
I guess they were ex-military.
Yeah. Green Santa. So one time, Lem and I took a field trip to Washington D.C. in the 8th grade, and we met Green Santa in a local park, and he was a man in a wheelchair, completely clad in green.
He was in one of those rascals. I think.
Oh, was it a rascal?
It was like a rascal from like. Walmart
Oh, you're
for
so
people
right.
who
You're so
leave their
right.
feet.
Yeah, and he had like a sign, just a bunch of signs that said like legalize it, and then like we just went up to him and talked to Green Santa,
He
and
was a
then
good guy.
he was a good guy. He was friendly, and then afterwards we made up a little jingle for him.
It was for some reason it was to the A-Team theme song. Don't know why.
Because it was
like,
hilarious.
He was like Green
Santa, he'll sell you weed. Green Santa, just ask for weed. Green Santa, do we mention that he sells weed?
That was from the 8th grade. How do we remember that?
I was thinking this while we were singing that. I'm like, wow, neither one of us,
There are so many things in this world I would be better off knowing, and honestly would rather know than the Green Santa theme song we made up in the 8th grade, and yet here we fucking are. Just got grades back. Yeah, G.
Got a bunch of G's from Green Santa.
You like... You call administration, you're like, excuse me, what's a G? I don't know what that means. And the person's like, it's for Green Santa. And it's like, I'm paying to be here.
What if like you called someone like a real G and like you're just referring to it, dude, you're a real Green Santa right now. Not gangster.
For some reason that like the way you said it was in a very like complimenting tone. For some reason I took it as like an offensive thing. Like, you're being a real Green Santa right now, dude. Are you kidding me?
You're being really European right now.
Did we talk about that on the podcast?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, what was that in context to? It was like whenever someone like does something mean or like lies or steals, it's like, dude, you're being really European right now, dude.
Well,
you're being straight up Christopher Columbus.
Yeah. Instead of like you're being a dick, it's just like you're being European right now.
You're being a colonizer right now, dude. Seriously, dude? Okay. Actually, I don't know what made me think of this. When I was in Detroit, I met a close family friend, and I got to see her kids, and they were very nice to me. And one of them, who I guess it doesn't matter if I say his name, but for the time being, let's call him Leonardo.
Let's call him Dr. X.
All right, Dr. X. Why not? His name is Dr. X, which is actually really cool. I'm gonna use that for something. His name is Dr. X, and every single story I'd heard about him was always like, he's 3 years old, and he already has his doctor. He's 3, and every single story I'd heard about him was that like he was really confrontational, and like he was a nice kid, but like he was always like hitting people and always wanted to fight someone.
He's already got a track record at 3. Damn.
He's just like a confrontational kid, and he'll like stare you in the eyes as he's like defies you. So I was nervous when I was meeting him. I was like, I gotta impress this kid. I gotta impress Dr. X. So I knew he liked Ninja Turtles, so I wore my Ninja Turtle shirt, because deep down I am also 3 years old. And
did you wear like a Ninja Turtles costume underneath, like the Halloween ones, to look buff under your clothes? Like,
yeah, I'm pretty built.
Yeah, I can beat you up, 3-year-old Dr. X.
And then I kicked him in the face, and he was like, ah! And his mom was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like...
Save it for the professionals! And I continued my work to show him that I meant business.
You think anyone will show you mercy in the real world? I'm here to show you reality. I saw him wearing my Ninja Turtle shirt, and he ran up to me, and he was like, Ninja! And I like straight up thought that he called me the N-word, so I'm like, no, what's really hood, bitch? And I was like, oh, he said Ninja Turtle, like on the, okay, alright, it's
and
okay.
Then I remember you told me that, because then I thought it'd be funny if he's like, what if he called you the N-word turtle?
You're like, miss me with that, alright? We can fight. You fight everybody you meet. We can fight. But he's a really good kid, and he was really nice to me, actually, and he didn't hit me once.
Wow.
So, yeah, he actually really liked me, and I know that I have a kindred spirit with 3-year-old children now. Hey, all right, like in a Barney not creepy way. Barney's still kind of creepy.
Barney's pretty creepy.
Barney's a little creepy.
I feel like Mr. Rogers would be the only person I could look back and be like, you're not creepy. Because, like, he kind of, like, he just, like, owned everything he did. And he just had, like, his own world. So I was like, he was never creepy to me. Like Barney was creepy, like...
Barney was creepy.
If you think... Thomas the Train's kind of creepy, too. The big eyes, like, they're unnerving.
Thomas the Train is consistently creepy. Like, I used to watch Thomas the Train as a kid and got creeped out. And then I watched it, like, earlier, like, recently. Still creepy. It doesn't stop being weird.
I don't think... Okay, so VeggieTales isn't creepy, but it's, I guess, a little weird.
VeggieTales is, godly, I think is the term you were looking for.
Holy.
There it is.
Wholesome family fun.
I didn't realize that VeggieTales was Christian programming until very recently, and I'm very embarrassed by that fact.
Right? No, that's
I didn't remember it.
I used to say... Sponsored today was brought to you.
Brought to you by.
No, but like I used to say God is bigger than the boogeyman, and I'm just like, yeah, we're just like acknowledging the fact that he's a really big dude. But like I didn't like
tall.
Like I didn't like think of like the religious aspects to it.
God is taller than the boogeyman. He's like 6'3".
I was about to say he's around 5'11" on a good day, 6 feet flat. Oh God.
God is taller than the. Oh my God, that's funny. I still like remember the pirates who don't do anything, and like I thought about it recently, and I'm like, what a dumb thing. It's like literally just pirates hanging out.
It's kind of funny though.
It's like... really funny. Oh, you know what? What used to scare the living animal Jesus out of me as a kid?
So like. Jesus was an animal. Like, so is it Animal the Muppet dressed up as Jesus?
I was thinking more of like a primal version of Jesus. It was like if Jesus played the drums.
Okay, so
Jesus.
So
you know
he already has long hair. Definitely does psychedelics and wears sandals. He can turn water to wine. He's definitely a drummer.
He can turn water into Four Loko. Okay, what used to scare me as a kid was Flubber, that Robin Williams movie about flying rubber. It was like the little like green. Yeah. I don't know why Flubber used to scare me, but Flubber used to make me so nervous as a kid.
Like always checking the bottom of your shoes. At any moment, I could step down on Flubber and jump up into the stratosphere. That's
seeing his like. It reminded me of those little I don't even know how to describe them, but it was the thing that was like Teletubbies, except they were a lot rounder and they had those like little pimple heads.
Wait.
Gross things.
Are you talking about the shape of the Teletubbies or something they had?
Like it was like the Teletubbies in the fact that it was similar programming. It was like for very young children.
Oh, PBS.
Yes. And they didn't talk. I don't remember what they were called, but they were in that. Flubber was in that general shape, and seeing him dance around in that one scene with the robot.
I know. That? Yes, I do know what you're talking about. Okay.
Scared the hell out of me as a kid. Like I would like run to the TV and turn it off. I'd be like, no.
I was never afraid of anything. I looked in the mirror one day when I was 4 and I said, I know what I'm made of, and I don't think I was ever. No, I'm trying to think of something I was afraid of.
You know what? God is bigger than the boogeyman.
God is bigger than the.
And as
he's
long as
6 feet.
And as long as I have him on my side.
Watch yourself. I was afraid of a lot of things though, just like general things that I'm still afraid of today.
Quicksand.
It was a joke John Mulaney made that he's like, you think it's gonna be a much bigger problem than it actually is.
I thought quicksand would play a much larger role in my life, and that's completely true. As soon as he said it, I was like, quicksand was genuinely one of the problems that I had to think about a lot as a kid. I'm like, what happens if I get caught in quicksand? How am I gonna get out of the quicksand? Do I struggle fast or do I struggle slow? I don't know the procedure here.
Apparently, you're supposed to lay flat on your back. This is true.
Oh, I didn't know quicksand was real.
It's real. It's deadly. People need to be aware about it.
Thousands of families a year
suffer. Welcome to our telethon.
Hundreds of thousands for the cure. Hundreds of thousands of families a year succumb to quicksand.
Here we have little Marcus with us today, who's gonna tell us about his experience with quicksand.
Good evening, little Marcus. When I was about, 37, quicksand came into my home and it destroyed my wife and kids. It poured boiling milk all over their eyeballs, and it made me watch. I wasn't a big fan of it.
Oh, Marcus. Oh, Marcus. What do you want the people at home in America want? What do you want them to know? What do you want them to do about this?
I want to spread awareness about quicksand, and any advice for families at home. I want you to know that God is bigger than the boogeyman. He is 5'11", and on a good day, he's 6 foot flat. And if you have him on your side, then no quicksand can reach you. And if someday scientists do create quicksand that can reach you, even though God is that tall, then we're all doomed.
All right, well, that was Marcus. Thank you so much for stopping at our little telethon for the cure for quicksand. Thank you.
Can I borrow these pens? There's like 30 pens over here. Can I take these pens?
Actually, Marcus, those aren't ours. I'm
gonna take the pens.
Marcus, those.
All right, see you later.
Oh, okay. Well,
that was delightful.
Yeah, that was a good time. I think
Marcus is a good guy.
That Marcus, may he find peace with those pens.
I feel like, yeah, I think he's found peace with them. I think if anything, he would have tried to eating them.
Oh, have you stayed in contact with Marcus?
Me and Marcus talk every other week. He's a good guy. He's my mentor, actually, in defeating the quicksand menace.
So that's really funny because he doesn't respond to my emails, but like that's so good for you.
But
guys.
It's cool though.
I'm so happy for you.
Well, no, Marcus is a busy guy. No,
yeah,
I get
no,
it.
It's fine. Like probably just goes to spam or something. I'll set another one or whatever.
Send him a Google Hangout.
Hey bro, I got the new Tony Hawk game for GameCube. I was wondering if you wanted to maybe come over.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, dude.
You know it.
Oh god. I didn't used to play those Tony Hawk games growing up. Tony Hawk. I didn't used to play those. Ooh, I think he's like 60, 70.
Tony Hawk is old, dude.
Let's see
people
how old
don't
Tony Hawk
realize.
is.
I will guess Tony Hawk is 57.
Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield is still open in my tabs. Fuck you. What were we even looking up? Tony Hawk age.
I will guess 57.
Tony Hawk age. Oh, he's 50.
50. How much is Tony Hawk? What's his net worth? He's 6'3". He's tall.
He's taller than God.
He's taller than God. Net worth.
140
million.
Does he even do stuff anymore? Like, I'm sure he still gets his name put on stuff.
Well, probably just like those dumb T-shirts that are like Tony Hawk T-shirts.
Oh yeah, he's got that whole line. How's Shaun White doing? Because Shaun White's like 7 years old.
He is?
Yeah, he's young.
He's 31.
31. That's older than I thought. Never mind.
It is slightly older than 7.
I'm looking at our channel right now. Just keep up the pace, guys.
Oh yeah, I heard on the radio that Solo was good but not great.
Yeah, that about sums it. That makes sense to me. I mean, they're coming out with a Star Wars movie every year now, and it's like for some reason, it's not the same thing as Marvel, where like I'm already bored with it. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, whatever. It's just another Star Wars movie. I don't care.
Well, they do blend together, like the Star Wars movies and the Marvel movies. They all just kind of start to blend, which is
the Star Wars movies, the Marvel movies, the new Winnie the Pooh movie. It's all melting together for me.
Early 1900s film noir. It all just everybody's doing it. It's
General
like
Kenobi. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
So for those of you who aren't here, which is everyone.
Every one of you except for Henry.
Well, I dedicate my time to standing in front of the mic and trying to think of topics to talk about and just entertaining you guys. I am standing. Lem is on his phone just perusing. I don't know. Maybe looking up dirty old articles of Tony Hawk.
Don't you judge me, all right? I'm a decent man who loves his nation.
Are you?
And his 6'1" God, maybe 2.
Mr. Amen, on the day of
Okay, keep going.
On the day of Friday, May 25th, where did you find your attention? Was it directed at a local famous podcast, or was it at your cellular device?
Well, Frankfurt, that's a very interesting question.
That's lawyer Frankfurt to you.
Oh, Frankfurt Esquire? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Frankfurt Esquire.
Thank you.
My attention.
Call me by your name and I'll call you by mine.
I never saw the movie. I don't know how it works. All right. My attention, before I was so rudely interrupted, Esquire.
my lady.
My attention was on the conflict in Israel. So maybe you should check your privilege, all right? I'm looking around here, and you're the one trying to do a podcast. People are dying in the streets. Thank you.
I would like to drop my charges.
I believe there's a larger issue at stake, and
you played the Israel card.
You played the Israel. All right, 100% confirmed. This episode will be titled "The Israel Card." Ooh. Hey, no, I didn't say any opinions about it, so we're clear.
No, yeah, we're not gonna get political.
No, I'll get political. I'll make an edit right
For real,
there.
Teddy Roosevelt ruined this country. You can quote me on that.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, well, we can talk about the history of bifocals. Everybody knows it.
They were created by Thomas Jefferson.
I thought they were created by Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
I think it was Thomas Jefferson, and I only know that from the episode of The Office where that Thomas Jefferson impersonator comes in.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, were you nearsighted or farsighted? And he's like, both. That's why I invented the bifocals. And he goes, ah! Well, Henry, how was your trip? Tell me a little bit more about your trip.
What did I do? I went to Burlington, Vermont to see my sister's graduation. They did a great job. They made it through school.
They poured boiling milk over everyone's open eyeballs.
I have to say that was a bold move on my sister's behalf. I'm like, are you sure about this, Emily? And they're like, don't worry about it. And then they just poured boiling milk.
We do this all the time.
I'm so happy. Congratulations, class of 2017. Just like let it rain from the ceiling. The person who spoke at my sister's graduation was the CEO of Burton, like the snowboarding thing.
Yeah, because they do a lot of stuff with Champlain, right? Champlain.
Yeah, she was very funny and cool. Her speech went on I fell asleep during her speech, though, I have to say, because it went on for a while.
Well, not everybody can be us.
Oh, that's right, when we gave a speech.
I was also just meaning that we were very interesting people, but yeah, we gave our graduation speech. Please continue.
Close the yearbook.
Absolutely not.
I don't even want to close that yearbook. I want to bring up things like, dude, in the 4th grade, I was the fastest kid in my class. I'm never closing the yearbook.
Dude, that definitely was the coolest kid back in the day. Though whoever could run the fastest, we were primal as hell. So it was whoever can run the fastest is the alpha.
Whoever could take the biggest bite out of Miss Haskins' leg is the coolest kid in the 4th grade.
Jimmy, go. And Miss Haskins, I have a question. And then she leans down. Yeah, Jimmy. And then the kid from behind her takes a bite out of her leg and it's subterfuge. And then they circle around her.
I thought you were gonna do something where it's Miss Haskins, can I ask you a question? Sure. She bends down. The whole rest of the room fades out, right? It gets dark. And it's just a single spotlight on them. And then she's like, "What's up, Jimmy?" And then his eyes get red, and he's like, "I just have one question for you." And then she's like, "Jimmy?" And he's like, "Do you bleed?" and then he takes a bite.
Do you bleed? You will. I thought you were gonna say he was gonna say some demonic shit,
I've seen your death.
I thirst for blood. It matters not whose. We are venom.
Your tongue, for those of you who aren't here, which again is everyone, you have such a curvy tongue.
Thank you. I have been told I have a very long tongue. That's why I'm such an outstanding lover. I'm not able to touch.
No, finish your thing.
No, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Was me being an outstanding lover a joke to you?
Well, you went outstanding lover, and then you coughed, so I thought you'd be I was gonna say outstanding lover of seafood. I could get really deep into the shells with my tongue.
Oh my god. I mean, I can do that, but it's it's just juices at that point. It's give me some of that shellfish, baby. Next woman I'm with has to dress up as one of the giant crabs from the Amanda Show. Anyway, or were they lobsters?
I thought they were lobsters.
Giant lobsters from the Amanda Show. Okay, moving on. I've always been told I have a very long tongue, but I still have not been able to touch my nose to my tongue, or touch my tongue to my nose.
I just did that like the other day.
Are you serious?
Okay, this is like for real. Like, I know I joke about like saying stuff like that in the mirror, but the other day I was brushing my teeth and I'm like, touch your nose. Like, I said it out loud, and then I just...
Whoa!
I've never been able to do it before. Then also just like, I'm gonna do it, and I just...
You will believe a man can fly. Hang on, I'm gonna get a picture of that. Guess what's also going on Snapchat for the Idiot Battalion podcast? Do it.
I got a tattoo.
You got a tattoo? Let me see.
No, for Idiot Battalion.
Oh. Do we have a logo?
We should do that.
It's just gonna be Idiot Battalion in Comic Sans. And idiot's gonna be misspelled.
If we get a cool logo, I'll do it.
I've been thinking about a logo. I've been thinking about making one. It'll be like our hands crossed, and like one of us will be holding like a rubber chicken, and the other one will be holding like a whoopee cushion.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't make it. I want to do it.
Just cut that out.
Or maybe you should do it, and then we'll use it and not credit you. Everybody.
Contact us at 867...
5309. Oh, I'm sorry. Is your water more important than Israel?
How much like that dude at like a get together group or something like that, like be like, oh man, dude, like, I crashed my car. Oh, I'm sorry. Is your car crash more important than the people of Israel?
He's just always bringing up Israel, and then like, all right, fine, John, how do you feel about Israel? And then he's like, that's a little personal. I don't know if I want to get into politics right now.
What if he was talking about Israel? I forget his last name. Like,
Roman J. Israel, the Denzel Washington film.
I was thinking of Israel, the guy who sings "Somewhere Over the Rainbow."
Is there a guy who sings? His name is Israel.
It's like I don't know his name, but like he sings "Somewhere Over the Rainbow."
Google it.
And he's just
do it.
Look at, yeah, Israel. Yeah, his name's Israel.
Oh my God, he's a large man.
He is a very large man. They did a spoof of him on American Dad. You might remember that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but yeah, Israel. I was watching an Anne Hathaway interview.
His name is Israel. I cannot pronounce that last name. I'm not going to try for fear of being offensive.
Yeah, no, I didn't know how to say it either.
Yeah,
but
I can't do that.
Literally,
I'm not a good man.
Side note, I really like Anne Hathaway.
I like Anne Hathaway too.
I feel like she's
Shakespeare's wife.
Yeah, like she was like I
was still typing it. Sorry.
Sorry. No, recently, I found out that me and Abraham Lincoln have a lot in common. Like, we're both very tall, both like top hats. We both have wives named Mary Todd. It was.
Do you call her Mary or Todd?
When I'm feeling nasty.
All right, we can cut that out. I don't know if that one's gonna make it. I wasn't a fan of that one.
Fucking Todd. I didn't even know what that meant.
I wasn't a fan. I didn't want to do. Okay, whatever. We're past it. It's gone now. It's the moment is over. Yeah, Anne Hathaway is gonna be in that upcoming Ocean's 8 movie, which has all females in it. I'm not going to go see it because it's all women. I'm an adult virgin. Thank you. That was our adult version. I believe that was Gabriel Gundacker who made that vine.
I couldn't tell you.
Hey, he did a vine that was like, I'm not going to see the new Ghostbusters movie because it's all women, and then it like pauses on his face and there's a little jingle. I'm an adult virgin. It's a good one.
It's a good one. Vine 2.0 is being stalled.
Why has Vine made such a resurgence in popular media? Like I get like it was popular, but for some reason like Vine compilations have just been like super prevalent lately.
Ugh. You'll have to forgive us. We have the Bubos.
The Bubos?
The Bubos.
The bubonic pose?
The bubonic pose.
It's strike the pose?
It's the bubonic pose when you are sick with the bubonic Edgar Allan Poe's.
Oh.
So while you are sick and coughing,
who the hell is Edwin?
You have to quote poetry.
Tis but a visitor and nothing more.
Nevermore.
I don't know any other Edgar Allan Poe works
Except for
other than
The Raven. That's
Mm-hmm.
very fair.
Well, there's that one. That was a short story about the dead body being under the floorboards.
The casket of.
No, that was the cast of Amontillado. That was a different thing. I don't know if that was also Edgar Allan Poe, but that was when the guy like locks another guy in
that's
the
cast.
church basement. No. The one I'm thinking. No. They're two different things. Because the one I'm thinking of is when the guy kills the guy whose house he's staying in, and then he leaves his body underneath the floorboards.
What's that? That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
the
then
casket.
Yeah,
he does like the brick walls. He like chains the dude.
That's the brick wall. Okay, hang on. We're about to get straight up sophomore year of high school literature on your ass. The cask.
Oh, there it is.
Cask of Amontillado. Yep. Was this also Edgar Allan Poe? Yep, it was also Edgar.
Yeah,
Allan
that's
Poe.
what I thought. Okay.
But then, okay, Edgar Allan Poe buried under the floorboards is what I'm going to search. Allan Poe under the floorboards.
That kind of sounds like a song. This is Edgar Allan Poe with Under the Floorboards.
It was The Telltale Heart. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's like a pretty famous book, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or story. Short story.
Yeah. Along with $1 Million Baby.
I liked that one.
I liked that one. That was a sad movie.
It's such a sad movie. It's such a sad book.
I'm sad now. Great.
Oh, you know who's a $1 Million Baby?
Clint Eastwood.
Hillary Swank.
Is she now?
She's the main person.
Oh, she's the $1 Million Baby.
She's the $1 Million Baby. I think Hillary Swank was also in one of the Karate Kid like revival movies.
Wait, she was in the next Karate Kid.
Yeah,
That was the third one.
yeah.
Have you seen Cobra Kai?
I wish.
YouTube Red show?
I couldn't watch the whole trailer, but apparently it's doing well.
Good for them. Yeah, I have literally no interest in seeing it, but if it's good, I'm still not gonna get YouTube Red for it. But hey, I might try to pirate it. Who knows?
Hey, I might pick up my passion for karate again. I don't know.
I don't know. I might become the masked Avenger of the Night.
Who's to say?
I don't know. My blade may thirst for blood. Who knows?
Maybe I will pillage and steal everything from my surrounding neighbors. Who's
that's
to say?
so European, dude. I don't know, dude.
Man.
Okay, I've been looking at this Snapchat for the past 20 minutes and I still haven't posted it. Henry, say something interesting while I'm posting this Snapchat.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Apparently, you can't hold a chicken and silly putty in the same hands because apparently multitasking at that point is just apparently unrealistic and messy. But
is this a personal story?
But when you hold your grandma and a chicken in the two different hands, apparently then it's Thanksgiving. So
Henry, I can always count on you. This is my special guy right here. This is my big beautiful boy.
I'm 6'3". I'm a big boy.
This is my big beautiful boy.
Pat my belly.
I
don't like that one.
I looked over at you. I'm like, they won't be able to see it. They won't know.
Wait, that's true. People are just taking our word right now. People know that we're in a recording studio in LA, but they have to take our word that we're wearing golden sneakers,
mm-hmm.
and that The Rock was here 20 minutes ago, and that they just missed him.
Mm-hmm. And that Tilda Swinton is sitting across the room from us, completely nude. We asked her to leave, and she refused.
And she just kind of made a hawk noise at us, actually.
I would not put it past Tilda Swinton. Tilda, get out of here. She's like, ah! Ah!
She brought her own newspaper, so I mean, I don't know.
She's chilling. She's relaxed. She's
got her corner. It's fine.
She's reading a review of we need to talk about Kevin. She's not really reacting, but she's reading it.
Just kind of blank. She has the Chronicles of Narnia next to her too, if she wants to revisit that.
Okay, let's name as many Tilda Swinton movies as we can, as a back and forth. So I'll start. We need to talk about Kevin.
The Chronicles of Narnia.
Doctor Strange. I'm out. All right.
So those are all three of the movies Tilda Swinton has ever been in.
Yeah, she's
more.
She's had a good legacy. Good for her. I've been thinking a lot about Isla Fisher recently.
As you do.
I love her so much. I love her in all the things she's in, even when they're really bad. I liked her in the first Scooby-Doo movie.
Was she?
She was. She played Mary Jane.
Isla?
That was Isla Fisher.
For real?
Yeah, we can Google this.
I didn't know that, because like she's blonde, right, in that movie?
Mm-hmm. They make her deny her true self. Are you Googling is Isla Fisher?
I just want to check, because like I want to see it, because I don't remember. It's been so long.
No, I mean no, I didn't mean to get defensive, because even if you did doubt me, I know I'm right, so it doesn't matter.
Because
I know I'm right. I know I'm right. If I'm wrong, then there's no reason for me to be in this recording studio with Tilda Swinton right now. There's no reason.
ah, Tilda.
Tilda, we like throw like a box of Nutri-Grain at her. We're like, calm down. She starts pecking at it.
The first Scooby-Doo movie has a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's higher than I thought.
It's not too shabby, yeah.
Not too shaggy, am I right?
Oh.
Hell yeah,
Whoa,
dude.
his name is Norville. Call him by his name, damn it. You will give him the respect he deserves.
Let's split up, game. Shaggy, you go with Norville. Like, what? My name is Norville Rogers.
Okay, Shaggy, some other time. We need to solve this ghost, alright? Let's do it, guys. No.
He's wearing a suit now. He's like, we have to be professionals about this, Fred.
I'm calling the authorities.
I'm calling you.
No, Shaggy, we're gonna Norville.
The name's Norville. Nori if you're nasty.
Okay, well, we can handle this, okay? We're just gonna snoop around like we do. We're sleuths. No.
Not anymore, damn it.
Oh,
we can
bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay bow wow yippee yo yippee yay.
I'm gonna cut that out. Just
to
defy you, I'm cutting it out. You got as close to the microphone as you possibly could for that. I'm cutting it out. You said, let me reel in for maximum sincerity. I don't know. Oh god, that was a moist one. I found out recently on the IMDb page of The Master of Disguise. For those of you in the uninitiated, The Master of Disguise is a 2001 Dana Carvey film.
Masterpiece? I don't know if I would go that. Okay, it's a 2001 masterpiece.
Okay, it's an opus. It's a very bad movie. It's a very bad movie. And there's a scene in it where Dana Carvey is dressed up as a turtle, and he has to infiltrate the Turtle Club. Which, mind you, is just a regular club. He just decides to dress up as a turtle.
And, like, he's in a full, just, like, visual, because I know where you're going with the story, but, like, he's in, like, a huge shell. Like, if I remember correctly, like, he's...
a legitimate shell.
It's, like, a big, like, it's a full wardrobe costume. Just keep that in mind. He's dressed as a turtle.
And, it's a really stupid scene, and he just, like, goes around saying the word turtle to, like, everyone in the Turtle Club, and he bites a guy's nose off and throws it back on him. And there's a lot of things in that scene that don't need to be in that scene or even in this world. And I found out very recently that scene was filmed on 9/11. So they had to have a moment of silence while filming the Turtle Man scene.
And then...
I don't know what to say.
And then since we brought it up, Friends was on from 1992 to 2002. Didn't say a word. We look to them as an American viewing audience.
I trusted Ross and Rachel, mind you, with my children, and look what happened.
You trust them with your children? She's like, you're going to work, you just like turn on the TV like to Friends and be like, guys, can you watch guys? Basil? All right, Basil, Ross and Rachel are gonna watch you today. Okay, it's the one where they get in a fight. It's gonna be going.
It's the one where Ross and Rachel are on, and then they're off, and then you just close the door. Why are my kids named Basil?
I said Basil.
That does not fix this.
Basil's a name.
Maisel?
Yeah.
I've never heard that name before. Maisel.
That's what I'm gonna name my kids.
Maisel, and Maisel.
I'm gonna name Maisel, Frankfurt, Stockholm,
and Goku. He's using the Kaioken times 20. I'd like to give a shout out right now to a good friend of ours, Max Friedman, who came up with a bit that I've been thinking about for the past week, and every time I think about it, I actually laugh out loud.
It's very funny, yeah.
It's the guy who is legitimately surprised by Dragon Ball Z every time. So it's like, so he's watching Dragon Ball Z, and it's like, oh, there's no way Goku's gonna reach another power level and beat this guy. What? How did he do it? That's so crazy. He can't do it again though. That's the top. There's no way. Whoa!
I can't believe Goku won.
Oh, I can't believe that Goku. Okay, so for people who know Henry and I, which is again all of you, we've been watching Dragon Ball Z ever since, I want to say, like senior year.
Yeah,
high
senior
school.
year.
I saw the first season of Dragon Ball Z at Best Buy, and that was fine. It's great. I saw the first season of Dragon Ball Z, and I bought it, and then we started watching it. No, I was watching it by myself, and then I saw an episode where a woman shoots herself in the head, and I was like, that's so good it needs to be shown. So I showed that to Henry, and then we just kept watching Dragon Ball Z. We're currently on season 4, I believe.
We haven't watched it in a while.
We have not watched it in a while. We've been busy.
We got the bubonic pose.
We got the strong pose.
Nevermore.
We got the bubonic Edgar Allan Poe. But yeah, it's a very stupid show. I think I hate it, but I also can't stop watching it.
It's very addicting. One of the best things about anime, or I guess especially Dragon Ball Z, is time just doesn't apply to you.
Nope.
For example, in an epic fight between Goku and Super Alien Frieza, they were fighting on a planet that was doomed to explode in 5 minutes. And they said, this planet's going to go in 5 minutes. This planet's going to go in 5 minutes. They said that probably a billion times. It lasted, I think, 10 episodes.
Yeah, that was definitely like, and each episode's 20 minutes, mind you. Oh, we kept a timer.
That's right.
I promise you, like every single, like we gave them the benefit of the doubt on so many things. We said that if the camera wasn't on Goku or Piccolo, if the camera wasn't on Goku or Frieza, then we're not gonna count it. We're just gonna say that that's like some other allotted time. We gave them the benefit of the doubt so hard. Still came out to like 40 minutes.
It was so long. It was like 48 minutes.
I can't believe this. Oh my God. Man. And I love that show. Let's talk about guilty pleasures, Henry. I already talked about Sonic Underground on a different episode of the podcast.
Guilty pleasure. I would say a guilty pleasure for me is Gossip Girl. I love Gossip Girl. It's so bad, and you watch shows with me and TV shows and stuff. I like to predict things, but I typically don't like yell or like say things during shows. Gossip Girl's the one time I'm like, get the fuck out of this room. I cannot stand you.
Oh God, I like that.
Yeah, but I love Gossip Girl.
I think we can preface this, but like, I think in terms of guilty pleasures, you shouldn't be ashamed to watch anything that you like. Like, if you like something, go ahead and watch it, you know? Like, no shame.
I was gonna say that too, yeah, I was thinking that.
And I feel like that's how you and I live our lives. You know, we're not ashamed to watch what we watch. But that said, I think there are some things that you can watch, you can recognize that, like, this is bad and I shouldn't like it, but I love it. That's what I qualify.
That's what I would qualify as like a guilty pleasure. Like, you're like, this is clearly bad television.
Right.
But like,
I love it.
I love it.
I love it so much. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, is this?
I have the bubonic pose.
Go ahead. Henry's blowing his nose right now, just leaving me hanging out to dry, like I'm just some kind of a sideshow for you.
Leaving me out to dry, like I'm some sort of wet sock that I'm gonna hang out on the clothesline.
like I'm a towel. Hopefully that got picked up on the microphone. You were still standing far away. I'm waiting. Let me talk about the dumb show now. Oh.
Yeah, that cough drops. Yeah, it's like one of those shows where like you're like, this is horrible, and you're already like clicking on the remote like next episode.
All right, next episode, please. Right.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
I don't know how they do it either. It's impressive.
And then they're just quality shows that get cut too soon.
At Symbionic Titan.
At Chuck. They made 5 seasons. They could have gone longer.
Henry.
Chuck ran its course. 5 seasons was perfect for that show.
Welcome back to the Chuck podcast.
So you'll recall that Chuck, the hit CW... I don't even know if that was CW.
I don't know what network they played. It was fucking Chuck. I didn't pay attention.
Chuck is a very good show.
I'm happy that you think that.
No, I don't like. I know that.
That's a fact that I'm aware of.
Like, you could look up the Rotten Tomatoes score. 100%.
If it's anything less than 100%, you owe me $75,000.
That is not our deal. You didn't let me finish.
Chuck.
It's 100% in my heart.
Chuck, Rotten Tomatoes. It's gonna be like audience score, critic score, Henry's heart, 100%.
That might be the movie. There was a Chuck movie
There
too.
was a Chuck movie.
Yeah, that's the movie.
Guess so. Deadpool 2. No. Chuck. Chucky. Chuck. Here we go. Oh my god, that's actually really high.
Yeah.
It has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
My case.
That's actually really high. Hang on, I want to see Solo. How's Solo doing? Oh yeah, 70.
Like that's what I say. It's good but not great.
It's pretty middle of the road. I think that's how people felt about the Rogue One also, and kind of Last Jedi, but that's not the way people said it. Last Jedi had like a very like polarizing. It was like you either like it or you hate it.
Oh, okay.
I liked it, honestly.
I was like fine with Last Jedi. Yeah, I don't think like yeah, maybe it was a little bit like good, not great. A little bit, yeah.
I think Last Jedi was. I'm gonna take this off. I think Last Jedi was honestly my favorite Star Wars movie, like ever. But that's not like I liked it that much. Like I definitely recognize that like half of that movie could have been cut out. But like,
oh my
god. The reason that I think it's my favorite Star Wars movie is only by virtue of how different it does a lot of things. So like there were just a lot of things with like the Force and like all the rules and learning about the Jedi and stuff that was just like all very different. And I have only seen every Star Wars movie up till very recently. So like I think it was like 3 years ago did I actually watch the original trilogy.
I have your mom's Star Wars movies. Can you bring those back to her?
Oh, really? I didn't know I gave those to you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, okay. I'll give. My mom's a big Star Wars fan, so the way that I saw the original trilogy was I bought those. I bought the original trilogy for her on DVD. She only had them on VHS. I bought them for her for Christmas, and we watched them all in one day. But like, since Star Wars is such a big cultural phenomenon, I knew every single like plot point. I knew every twist and turn. As I was like, I am your father. Like, yeah, no shit. Like, so I just knew everything. So
what,
like,
you want a cookie?
So it was just kind of boring to me. I was like, yeah, I know. Like, it's Star Wars. I get it. So then when the new Star Wars movie, when Force Awakens came out and it was like the same thing as Episode 4, I was like, okay, whatever. It's Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then when Episode, whichever one Last Jedi was, and like I think that was 8. I think. Doesn't matter.
Sure.
It was 8. And then I saw that, and it was like so like a lot of stuff it did was just so vastly different. Like only by that virtue, I was like, oh fucking yeah, cool.
Yeah, I will agree though. Like it was a good movie, but like there's times where it's like but it's like, oh, I thought it was gonna end here. That's how you know it's a long movie. It's just like, oh, we're still going.
There was definitely like a half hour. That movie ended a half hour after I thought it was going to. I was like, oh no, okay, we're still,
okay, yep, okay. Right, I would have cut it. Okay, that's.
Hey, you know.
Hey.
I'm happy for you. Something that I didn't realize people hate so much until very recently was the second Avengers movie, Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Huh.
As Infinity War has come out and I've seen people's reactions, and just hearing people talk again about Age of Ultron, I didn't realize. I like Age of Ultron. I think it's a good movie. But apparently people fucking hated that movie, and apparently
really?
they hate it like even more now. I think it's only by like because everyone loved the first Avengers so much, and then everything in Phase 2 was really good. So when Avengers was just kind of okay, people were like, "What the fuck?"
I guess, yeah. I don't know. I guess I didn't have any strong reservations against it, but
I was like, whatever. I don't care. It's Age of Ultron. Who cares?
Oh, dude, everybody was so mean though to the Little Mermaid sequel. Like that, everybody was hating on it. They're like. Fuck the Little Mermaid 2, and I'm like, no, like.
Was that last night? We were talking with some friends, and someone was like, I hate the Little Mermaid sequel, and everyone was like, you hate the Little Mermaid sequel?
It's so good.
I don't remember. Probably haven't seen it.
We have it right over there on VHS.
Really?
I know it's over here somewhere.
See. Is that a Tiny Toon Adventures VHS?
Hell yeah.
What the fuck? Why do you have that? Why do you have that and we haven't watched it yet?
Because it's I got you that on DVD.
Oh, you're right. This is how I spent my vacation. Oh my god, how long have you had this?
I don't know.
This is amazing. Look at how vintage this is. I mean, you can't because it's a podcast, but I'm looking at it, and that's pretty neato.
We have our VHS player.
Oh, yeah, you do. Do you want to watch this?
Sure. All right, bye, everyone.
All right, we're going to leave the podcast on, and we'll be completely silent.
Did you eat lunch?
I did not eat lunch. Did you eat lunch?
I'm hungry.
Oh, my God. Henry, it's like 3 p.m. How did you not? This isn't, look.
I'm hungry.
We're not observing Ramadan. We can go get food. I did not know you didn't eat. I had, like, ramen before I got here,
Like,
but it was
I had, like, a
cup
sandwich, but, like, I'm hungry.
I'm very hungry. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and cut it off here. Henry and I are going to go get some food. Thank you for joining us again on the Idiot Battalion podcast, where the rich get richer and the Henrys get lem.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace and love. Skank. Sorry.
That was kind of a harsh way to end it.
Yeah, sorry.